His primary motive is to buy as much time as possible for the Earthlings to make their wish, thus sabotaging Frieza's ambition. The fallout of the fight against the Saiyans was immense. Yamcha, Chaozu, Tien, and Piccolo were all killed, and with Piccolo's death, Kami also died, rendering the Dragon Balls inert. However, knowing of Piccolo and Kami's origin as a Namekian gave them some kind of hope. From Mr. Popo, the gang learns about the spaceship in Yanzabit Heights that the nameless Namekian used to reach Earth. This ship is beyond any technology ever developed on Earth, and should be able to travel across the universe to its planet of origin in little over a month. While the exact time frame is not clear, Piccolo, Tien, Chaozu, and Yamcha all make it across Snake Way to King Kai's planet, where they begin the same kind of training that made Goku so powerful during his fight with Vegeta. Gohan, Krillin, and Bulma, after arriving on Namek, are met with trouble almost immediately, as the planet is overrun with strange soldiers dressed in the same kind of armor the Saiyans wore. To make things worse, Vegeta is on the planet now and completely healed from the fight on Earth. The sparsely populated planet Namek is undergoing a slow and methodical genocide as the Frieza Force is going from village to village in search of the Dragon Balls, ensuring that a confrontation is inevitable. Gohan and Krillin witness Frieza and his two henchmen, Zarbon and Dodoria, slaughtering a village. In the nick of time, they're able to save a single Namekian child named Dende. Dende advises they visit the Grand Elder of the planet, a being called Guru, who is the oldest living Namekian and one of only 2 survivors of the ancient Namekian climate cataclysm, the other being the nameless Namekian, the son of one named Katas, the original being that comprised Kami and Piccolo, who was sent to Earth to avoid dying on Namek. Guru is the forefather of all living Namekians on the planet today, and as such holds a psychic link to all of his children. He has been devastated by the invasion of the Frieza Force, by not only the death of his kin, but that he is helpless to stop these invaders. Even his attendant Nail, the strongest living Namekian, must not leave Guru's side, as he is the last line of defense, protecting the heart and soul of the Namekian people. Though even as strong as Nail is, he's no match for this malevolent force called Frieza. Guru entrusts his Dragon Ball to Krillin, hoping to prevent Frieza from gaining all 7. After unlocking the latent power within Krillin, Gohan steals the Dragon Balls Vegeta just stole from Frieza. After incurring the wrath of the Saiyan, Gohan promptly has his potential unlocked along with Dende. Vegeta, who is currently seeing red, heads to confront Gohan. Unfortunately for him, Frieza has summoned the Ginyu Force, an elite fighting force so fearsome they strike terror into the heart of the Saiyan, forcing his hand so that he must make a temporary alliance with the Earthlings. The Ginyu Force secures all 7 Dragon Balls, but the summoning ritual requires a Namekian password, and the wishes as well must be spoken in the native language. The Ginyu Force nearly killed Krillin, Gohan, and Vegeta until Goku showed up, making quick work of the Force, along with the newly healed Vegeta. During the fight against Captain Ginyu, Gohan and Krillin break off and with their Dragon Radar find the Dragon Balls taken by Ginyu, but not knowing the Dragon Balls require a password, they are out of luck. However, Guru sends Dende, who is one of the only Namekians left alive other than Guru and Nail, to go meet the Earthlings and help them make their wishes. Dende passes Frieza along the way, who is going to Guru seeking the password. Nail takes Frieza to a faraway location under the pretense of not wanting to accidentally kill the frail Guru by fighting too near him, but his primary motive is to buy as much time as possible for the Earthlings to make their wish, thus sabotaging Frieza's ambition. Goku is in the healing chamber on Frieza's ship after the Ginyu fight, and while Vegeta is napping, Gohan, Krillin, and Dende make off with the Namekian Dragon Balls to make their wishes. After summoning the dragon, they don't know exactly what wishes to make first, and then Piccolo chimes in, speaking through King Kai, telling them to revive him first, as that will bring back Kami and the Earth Dragon Balls. The second wish is to send Piccolo to Namek to help with the fight. Unfortunately, the wish is worded poorly, and instead of sending Piccolo to their exact location, he is instead sent to a random location on the planet far from the action. Nail, after being crippled by Frieza, tells the tyrant that he was merely wasting his time to help the Earthlings make their wishes, to which Frieza, enraged, begins dashing towards his ship as fast as possible. Meanwhile, Vegeta wakes up and is pissed. He shows up and threatens Dende that he should ask Porunga to make him immortal so he can fight Frieza. But just before the wish is granted, Porunga vanishes, indicating that Guru, the eldest Namek, has died. He did not die merely of old age, but more so of a broken heart. This man had to endure the slaughter of almost all of his children, as the stress of it all, combined with his age, was enough to kill him. That's when Frieza arrives at the ship, ready to kill everyone. Piccolo, flying as fast as he can towards the battle, just happens to come across the bloody and broken Nail. Nail remarks that Piccolo's power is incredible and reminiscent of the great ancient Namekian warriors of legend. He also seems aware that Piccolo is a split being, as he says that if Piccolo merged with his other half again, he would have had Frieza bowing to him. Piccolo seems confident in his abilities, however, Nail states that as he is, he will be no match for Frieza. Nail suggests that he and Piccolo merge as one, but Piccolo is skeptical, not wanting to lose himself by merging with another. To which Nail promises that he will only really inherit his strength, and Piccolo will be the mind in control. While Piccolo is still apprehensive, Nail tells him that he knows there is no other way, as he's aware that Piccolo can sense Frieza's terrifying power. Piccolo reluctantly agrees. All Piccolo must do is place his hand upon Nail, and he will execute the fusion. The fusion is intense, as Nail's aura goes crazy, and merges into Piccolo as Nail's physical body vanishes, and Piccolo is overcome by the unbelievable power flowing through him as he utters his famous lines. Wow, unreal, my gosh. This is amazing! I feel incredible! Yes, 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 yes! I feel great! I can win! I can do this! Yes! I'm home! I'm alive! This is all a miracle! I'm awake! I'm wide awake! Hang on, Gohan. Here I come. Namekian fusion is not merely the sum of its parts, but rather an exponential increase in the combined power of the individuals. There is also the mental aspect. One personality remains dominant, however, the other partner's personality influences the dominant one, giving them some of their character traits. It's not explicitly stated how the dominant mind is decided, as it doesn't seem to be based on power level, as Nail was said to be much stronger than Piccolo at this point, who was at about Raccoon level, and Nail had a power beyond even Captain Ginyu. The dominant mind is most likely a consensual thing, or it could instead be based on the more aggressive personality, which would definitely describe Piccolo. Piccolo races towards Frieza as fast as he can. He finds the tyrant in his second form. Piccolo is able to go toe-to-toe with Frieza, and even able to overwhelm him. Piccolo forces Frieza to transform into his third form, one heavily inspired by the xenomorphs of the Alien series. Toriyama loves his Western sci-fi. Unfortunately, the short-lived dominance of Piccolo is now reversed. Frieza begins to overtake the Namekian, nearly killing him before Gohan steps in, saving Piccolo, and in a rage-boosted fury, he is actually able to push back the tyrant with a ki blast. Although this heightened power is very short-lived, as Frieza is able to gain his bearings. But he decides to take his final form, to finally deal with these vermin once and for all. While he is transforming, the wounded Piccolo is healed by Dende, who states that he didn't necessarily do it for Piccolo, but for Nail, who he can sense within him. And Nail, speaking through Piccolo, asks Dende to heal Vegeta. Vegeta, while all this was going on, had admittedly done one of the most shameful things that he would ever do in the series. He decided to take a shortcut to Super Saiyan by exploiting the natural Saiyan biology. He asked Krillin to blow a hole through his torso to try and exploit the Zenkai boost, because when he had his potential unlocked, Dende gained healing powers, and so Vegeta thought he could basically just hack Saiyan nature to rapidly gain power. And honestly, this is probably the most un-Vegeta thing he's ever done. But for what it's worth, he does get a large increase in power, and Vegeta decides to take on Final Form Frieza. He gives everything he has, showing a power that we have never seen before, something exponentially greater than what we saw on Earth, something many-fold greater than what we saw even during the Ginyu Force. Vegeta's power would have dwarfed any other form of Frieza before this, but unfortunately, Vegeta's efforts have nearly no effect on Frieza. Frieza not only beats Vegeta physically, but breaks him down mentally and emotionally, driving the prince to literal tears, crying because this monster who has essentially enslaved him since a child will ultimately be the one to kill him. He had this fantasy that he would become a Super Saiyan and or gain immortality and rise above this man who has been the scourge of his life since childhood, but it wasn't in the cards. And Vegeta, having had his pride, his hopes crushed, is just completely broken as a person. And while beaten and bloody on the ground, that's when Goku shows up. Frieza administers the killing shot to Vegeta, and his last words to Goku, a plea to take down Frieza, to avenge the Saiyan race. He is the last living Saiyan, and Frieza must die by his hands. Piccolo, for this fight, is like Gohan and Krillin, relegated to the sidelines. However, he is able to aid Goku several times. He's able to occupy Frieza, covering Goku as he's charging his spirit bomb, almost reminiscent of when Goku held off Raditz while Piccolo was preparing his Makanko Zappo. Frieza is overwhelmed by the spirit bomb, and everyone believes him to be dead, but he survived. Frieza has taken a lot of damage, but he's alive and has more than enough power to shoot Piccolo through the chest, completely incapacitating him. After Krillin's demise, Goku becomes a Super Saiyan and commands Gohan to take Piccolo to his ship and try to leave the planet. While the final fight with Frieza is going on, the Earth Dragon Balls have been gathered in the time since Piccolo's resurrection. Shenron revives all of the people killed by Frieza, including Vegeta. And with Guru back, Purunga was able to be summoned once again to grant the third and final wish, which was to take everyone on planet Namek to Earth, with the exception of Goku and Frieza. Goku and Frieza seemed to die when Namek exploded, but both managed to live by the skin of their teeth. Piccolo was brought to Earth with Gohan, Vegeta, and all Namekians. Though Guru did technically die as a result of stress caused by Frieza, he was on death's door before the tyrant ever showed up. The Namekians, heartbroken, witnessed the death of their beloved patriarch, with the Namekian Mori taking over as the leader of their people. The future is uncertain, especially with Vegeta as the strongest warrior on the planet. But we will have to see what happens in the next chapter of Piccolo's life. Piccolo had redeemed himself during the fight with the Saiyans on Earth, sacrificing himself to save Gohan. But it can't be overstated how much the fusion with Nail altered his personality. Nail was the loyal attendant to the planet's elder and the most powerful and noble warrior on Namek. Nail's patience and sense of duty has been absorbed into Piccolo, and we will see these qualities manifest more as the story progresses. Thank you for watching. Catch you next time.
Listen to me. You are Namek's #1 son, a prodigy child. You have been trained in the ancient ways. I believe in you. Now show him the staggering spirit of Namek, and waste his smug ass.